Hello, this is Rachel coming at ya. Today, here we go. Let's talk about this one. So this is one of my favorite things. So first, let me get going with who I am. I'm Rachel Detroit. I'm a life coach. I'm an optimist. I'm a believer. I help people change their life. Right. So it's so often we're just stuck. We think we're stuck, can't do anything about it, XYZ. And I help people get through that and realize that you actually can do all these things. I started off focusing in on folks, right? So let's get into the topic and I'll share a little bit about my experience with the topic, right? So I wonder what you would do if you used your power. Notice I'm saying your power. If you used it, you actually have to do this. If you used your power to create, right? You create this life. You have to do it. You actually have to do it. You can't just talk about it. You have to be about it, right? So I wonder what you would do if you had the power, if you used your power. It's not if you had, if you used your power to create any life you wanted to. So let's just talk about how this laid out for me, right? So I was a high school teacher for 8 years. I drank, drugged. Since I was 15 years old, I was just wild, wild, crazy. And I was a high school teacher for 8 years. I got a master's degree. I did all of these things. And then I decided this actually isn't the life that I want anymore. It's actually not what I want. So what it does is it scares a person. It scares them into being different. It scares them into going a little bit further. So if you had the power, if you used your power to create this life, any life you wanted to, the first thing here is that you have to believe, right? I went to school, I got a master's degree, I had this whole life built, right? There was this trajectory. I was going to be a principal. I got, but then, that limited me. I didn't feel good there. And so what would we do if we used our power to create this life? What we do now is we limit ourselves. We don't even let ourselves get further. And I'm going to just throw this one out there. Your partner, your husband, your wife, your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mom, your dad, your parent, your family, whatever, all of these people, they can be barriers to creating the life you want, right? So it's like, first you have to let yourself dream. You have to let yourself dream beyond that. You have to let yourself believe that you actually can be a little further, something different, that you can give something up, that you can overcome fear, that you can take the bit in your teeth, that you can bite the bullet, that you can sacrifice this period of discomfort, that you can sacrifice change, that you can sacrifice, impressing people, right? So if you used your power to create this life that you wanted, to create any life you wanted to, you have to let go, right, of this need to follow this escalator of life that we all follow, right? And so we don't give ourselves permission. That's another thing. We don't give ourselves permission to dream up any life we wanted to, right? So let's get into the positive stuff. Those are the barriers there. We limit ourselves. We follow what society thinks. We think this is another thing that drives me up the wall, especially being a teacher for 8 years, being in the schools, being in the and I have higher education. I have a bachelor's degree in math and English. I have a master's degree from University of Michigan. We'll throw some names out there. I have all of these things, but we let education get in our way. We say, well, I have to learn this first before I can become that. Actually, no. You actually limit yourself. And so you can create this life. So first thing, you've got to start believing. You have to be the first person to believe, to let yourself create any life you wanted to. So we cap our belief. We think that we don't allow ourselves to dream big. And this is something too. So I don't know, sometimes I don't know who to talk to because my dreams are so big. My dreams are so big. Some people look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm insane. And so that's good, right? I actually don't want folks in my life who think my dreams and goals are too big to be accomplished. So we have to stop limiting ourselves. We have to stop letting society, our husbands, our wives, our girlfriends, our boyfriends, our friends, our best friends, our neighbors, our cats, our dogs, the priest. We have to stop letting the outside world dictate the life we want, the life we think we could create, the bounds we think we can pass, right? So it's like this beautiful moment when you can just kind of pause and say, oh, this is actually what I want to be doing. For me, it wasn't going to the 9 to 5, going to the grocery store, doing this on Saturday, having the family, having the house, I don't care. That's wonderful for some people. And if that's what they want, then go for it. But if you want, and if that's what you need to work hard to get to, then go for it. But if you want to create this life that you want, that's big, and that encompasses all of your truths, that where you could, because we're really only here one time, in this body, in this flesh. And so we don't want to limit ourselves to what society thinks. And as soon as we let that go, as soon as we stop holding ourselves stuck, we can overcome that and go to the next level. So I'll just wrap it all up with this one. So within us, we have this power. Within us, we have this courage. Within us, we have this perseverance, this commitment. We have all of these wonderful principles, all of these beautiful principles of responsibility, courage, all of these things. They're all within us, and you get to make a decision of if you want to utilize these really wonderful principles to create any life you want to, and most especially if you're in America. If you're in other countries, I think you can do it no matter what, especially if you're in America. You can definitely, I don't care how rich or how poor, you can definitely do it in America. And so you have to take those good principles that you have, the principles that you like. Don't capitalize on the principles like fear, sadness. Don't spend so much time there. You get to make a decision. So you make a decision about where you're going to spend your time, and you grab onto those and you go, right? And go towards what you want. Go towards what the life you want to create while you're here, right? And let go of all this noise that the outside world's giving us. So I'll leave you guys with this question. We'll just wrap it up with this question. I wonder what you would do if you used your power to create any life you wanted to. So think about that. All right, that's all I got for today. You can check me out on YouTube, Rachel Detroit Coaching, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Rachel Detroit Coaching. If you have any questions, comments, send me an email, racheldetroitcoaching@gmail.com. If you're looking for other information, racheldetroit.com. You can reach me. All right, take good care, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.